Hello! Welcome to episode 45 of the Role Slayers podcast. Whoa. We're happy to be here. We're sitting under 1,000 watts of tungsten right now, and it's not warm at all.
So hot.
It's not warm at all. We love it.
A little bit.
It's great.
They're not flushed.
But before we play the D&D, Hayden has words that he would like to say to you. You right there.
It's been long enough that I'm probably not going to get all this right. So I'm going to start with our musical partners. We've got Scanlan's Short Haul Music. We've got Celestial Aeon Project. We've got Beyond Skyrim. And we've got Sirenscape.
Hey!
All those guys bring together the soundscape that graces your very ears at any given moment. Probably not right now, but shortly and soonly they will. So go check all those individual projects out, or go find Tyler on Spotify and use those playlists. I have my own at-home D&D game coming up, and I'm going to. You should too.
High praise.
I've used them for board games.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I have too.
So worldanvil.txf.io/rollslayers is where you go to purchase a World Anvil. Tyler, in your World Anvil today, how are you keeping up to speed? It's been like 12 to 18 weeks since we've been at the table.
I've been managing the hierarchy of the Gilded Lances. I've been building out some of the history of Torvenbergen Crusades. I've been revamping religions and building more details about some of the cities in Eltexia. So a lot of things.
That sounds like an awfully busy time. I wish you'd kind of save some of that for next time I ask you, but Whatever. Anyways, go do all that stuff on your very own and your very own World Anvil. Minis, hopefully we'll see them today. Hopefully we see our custom minis from Eldritch Foundry. That's right, we used Eldritch Foundry to make our characters, and I want to do a battle, if it's not already abundantly clear. I'd love to see Leaf out there slinging spells, not the Breg mini that was not my best. It really did look like one of the toys that Sid from Toy Story had worked on a little bit.
Yeah. Dividend Abomination.
All that being said, head on over to Eldritch Foundry. Use our code ROLLSLAYERS for 15% off at checkout. Come visit us on all the social medias. We're on TikTok, Facebook. Well, TikTok's dead, right? As of this week. Is it alive?
Next week.
I guess by the time the episode comes out, we'll know.
Yeah.
That's weird. Anyways, check us out on Instagram mostly at this point. We do a lot of photos. Tyler puts photos of all the minis and scenarios there. Those are some of my favorites because you get to see all the excellent paint work from our friends here at the table, like Jedediah Beck and also Tyler. I don't know who paints the minis.
I paint my own minis, but Jed painted all of his miniatures,
of which there are several.
Some of the other miniatures of players.
And you fixed it.
I painted Leaf.
How am I true? Well, I'm just pleased to sponge with all of the paint jobs we've got going, and you can go check those out on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. We don't use Twitter really. It's not even called Twitter anymore. We're on LinkedIn. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe. Chat with us in Discord. Something's happening there. Actually, it's been pretty productive and interesting conversations. There's been a lot of interesting movies out lately that we've been engaging with. I liked Nosferatu. Some people didn't. Come talk scud at me about Nosferatu in Discord.
Can't won't. Don't want.
He didn't like it, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay to dislike.
Yeah, no, it was not a movie for... I understand anyone who didn't like that movie. But we're not talking about Nosferatu. We're talking about patreon.com/rollslayers. As of this moment, two people at the table made me not a liar anymore by recording their very own Patreon content that will be up soonly. Who knows how soonly? Only them, really, I guess.
Probably tomorrow.
Cool. Tomorrow, that'll be like last week for y'all, 3 weeks ago.
Something like that.
Sign up today. We're putting things in there, please. Otherwise, Tyler's going to keep cooking them under this tungsten light because he can't get a better one.
I made this choice on purpose, Hayden.
We wanted us all rosy cheeked for the.
He likes to have
The
us break a
videos.
sweat.
Yeah.
Joke's on you
Yeah.
because my house
Is
is
it more
freezing
accurate?
cold.
For the fighting.
That's all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
I think so. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just engaging with you. So, unless anyone has announcements.
Let's play candy.
Finally, to acknowledge the events of the last couple weeks, I'm so sorry for hosting a one-shot while I was extremely ill, and if you hear that, sorry.
You'll all hear it. I'm releasing it on the main. It's not going straight to Patreon. It's going on the main.
It's gonna be great.
God.
It's happening. It was really fun.
I
And
sounded
It was
terrible.
fun. It was
during
really
that.
fun.
if you haven't checked it out because it's not out yet, check it out when it comes out. If it's out, go listen to it. Let's play the game. Last we left off, the party had a move-in party with all their brand new furniture. And also, Cordial was there. And they signed a contract
Okay.
to take on Bimlax and his smuggling operation in some form or capacity. Also, Gribble was there. He made some fish bricks and
Talked about fish.
talked about fish bricks and got some fish, and that was exciting to some. What else happened? Y'all went and saw High Marshal Adon Richter and decided to escort him to the town of Speygrun, as it was on your way to Bjorend, the town where Bimlax is. After a long rest, more logistics about running your business, you made your way to meet him at the city walls and made your way out of the city for one day of travel, having a quick conversation with him that evening before turning in for the night. And that's where we left off. But regardless, we pick up the morning after a long rest. The party ready for another day of travel. Could I have a d20 roll from two people?
Got one.
Me too.
Okay.
16.
10.
You awake to a sunny morning. Those of you a little bit earlier will catch the High Marshal in various yoga poses as he's going through his morning stretches before a day of travel. Tiangrum is off foraging and comes back with a very large, very dead ferret at some point. Swallows it one gulp.
As one does.
I would like to sit down and I'll just kind of like sketch the yoga poses that he's doing
Okay.
as he's doing them so I can do them later.
Yeah. Easy enough. He doesn't mind or bother.
Zach is gonna just do them. Like in his own space, like clearly not bothering him, but just gonna like, I'm gonna just do these with you.
Sure. Just kind of follows along. He does clock you at some point and just kind of nods in appreciation. But you guys are able to easily get on your way. I believe you did bring your wagon. And
Yeah.
so you saddle up the donkeys, harness them, and engage in another day of travel. The High Marshal does elect to walk instead of take the wagon. He seems to be more of a fit lad and prefers the jaunt. But as the day goes on, you don't run into any complications of any sort. The day is smooth. The trees rising a bit higher as you get into the more dense parts of the Brownwood. You have about a day more of travel within the actual forest before you hit the fields between this and the Faded Timberlands. With a day of travel ended, you guys start to camp out for the evening. Fire tended. Is there anything we're doing over the course of this evening, or are we just going to long rest to the next day?
Can you remind me what Adon Richter looks like?
He's a very tall, white-bearded old man, probably in his 70s. Kind of ruddier skin, ruddy to dark. Golden plate armor. One hand usually carries a gilded lance over his shoulder, the other a two-handed greatsword of it's got a swirly blade like a claymore would. I don't know if you know what that is.
No, I do not.
Okay. It looks like waves along the side of both sides of the
I got
blade.
What does he have hair?
No, bald.
He is bald. Okay.
Pretty close cropped beard. About maybe collarbone, if that long.
Okay.
Was this beard scraggly or like angularly cut?
It's
precise?
well it's precisely
Okay.
cut and well cared for.
Okay.
He does seem to take, not necessarily pride in his appearance, but care in his appearance. Yeah.
I remembered something
Okay.
that was mentioned 2 sessions ago, or 4, depending on how you count. Liz, you said that you wanted to do a flashback for room decoration with Ori.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We do, but we haven't talked about that
Oh, okay.
at all. I thought about it while Tyler was like, oh, we were gonna do that, then we didn't.
Oops.
So
Okay.
that's not
Stay
happening
tuned.
yet.
Stay
We'll do it
tuned.
later.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe next time we come back and see our rooms, we'll tell you what ours looks like.
In 6 months after we deal with the
After
I'll
Behold.
draw a
Beholders.
picture for it.
crime syndicate.
That'd be fun. Draw a picture. Well, if there's nothing else that you guys are doing this evening, it's a pretty simple, fairly warm night as summer is starting to push on. A little bit humid as the night settles over this forest. And as you guys are bedding down, Leaf, Snip enters the corners of your brain, his presence lingering.
Brother, we have not spoken in some time.
Yeah, you'd think that was by design, wouldn't you?
We would like harmony between us.
As rude as I am to you most of the time, I can't say that I disagree with your sentiment there. What do you want? What are you here for?
We thought perhaps we would share what we've been learning.
Well, that's great. But first, can you just explain to me how you've been learning? Though I'm interested in the how, maybe more than the what.
We are able to reach out.
Okay, like a la sending spell?
Like this, but magnified.
So similar to a sending spell then.
Yes and no. Time and space.
Oh, okay. Well, Now, how do you manage that? Do you know? Or is it just something that's innate?
We do not know.
You just do.
Yes.
But that's somewhat relatable. If you start questioning it, you might not be able to figure out how you do it, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah, give it to me straight, I guess. What have you been learning?
We had a feeling when the jewels commented on our lineage. We did some asking of ourselves and of others. We have a complicated lineage.
Well, how do I... Look, I believe that. I don't doubt it for a second. I mean, look at you, look at me. There's certainly going to be some peculiarities and such, but how do I know that you're just not rambling and talking to yourself? Because, frankly, you haven't exactly shown the most reason, and you've really, I don't know, maybe only been awake for a very short time.
Many of our ancestors are still alive.
All right, well, go ahead. What are you picking out then? What about our lineage is so blended up?
Devils, fae, aberrations, and more.
Now, and more. Oh, well, what do we do with this information? Because right now it's just a piece of information. I'm still me and you're still you.
I do not know, and I do not know if I am still me and you are still you.
Well, okay, are you veering back into the insanity?
No. But my blood is your blood.
Well, that we both know. Speaking of, on the topic, have you happened to figure out why I'm not seeing the Raven Queen when I die?
That's because part of my soul was taken. Not yours.
I guess it stands to reason we don't share one of those, but I still have one.
We believe so.
Well, that's good enough for me. I don't know where it's gonna go. I guess all the aberrations and devils and fae have to fight over it.
Perhaps sometime we shall introduce you to our great uncle.
Where's that individual?
The Hells.
Okay, well, I don't want to go there, you see? Or meet that person.
Very well.
At least not now. You don't typically, this might be new for you, but you don't typically want to go meet those folks.
We meant a meeting of the minds.
You might want to rein it back in a little bit, bud. I mean, you're starting to play with fire a little bit, I fear. No pun intended.
We are just curious about ourselves.
Well, maybe I ought to pull my own weight around here and try to find out some information on my very own. That way you don't have to be diving through the dark over there and forging potential alliances and giving away information that you might not want to be given away.
This would be amenable.
All right.
We will provide you a list of names
Locations too, and maybe what the being is would be valuable as well.
Very well. We will compile.
Yeah, just use my hand while I'm asleep to write it up or something. I don't know.
We thought that would be vastly overreaching.
Well, I mostly just wanted to see if you could do it, but yeah, go ahead. I'm not using it at that point.
Very well.
You feel a presence recede. So you guys take your long rest. Are you taking watches? Or are you just going to sleep?
Watches.
Watches. We're being paid. We're on the clock.
Okay.
Was there time before that, like a little bit of downtime?
Sure. Is there anything you're wanting to do?
Working on that Displacer Beast cloak.
I think you were pretty close to finishing it,
Um,
especially with your downtime in Esselin.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, now we have the Haggai. No, like, I finished the cloak itself, but, like, enchanting
the
it
enduing
now.
process.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say you probably in like another 2 days or so will be done with it.
Cool.
With downtime usage, you begin to start to imbue specific threads with arcane power, a few runes with that dust that begins to glow, and you begin to turn this witch eye into a kind of a jelly comfy material to mix into your various arcane implements.
What's it confit in?
Well, I
Some meat
also-
bread, maybe.
Yeah, I also had, what was it? I still had, like, the gland fluid and the organs and stuff like that
Great.
to, like, mix
Yeah.
it together.
Absolutely. Just a plethora of viscera and eyes and
Yeah.
glitter.
Mm.
That's magic.
Okay.
I am guessing that I could use those things
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
make it.
Yeah. It's almost like you've kind of chiseled these runes into almost like little molds that you can kind of pour this magic sludge into that evaporates and is imbued into the actual cloak itself.
Heck yes.
Can Leaf observe this process? It sounds fascinating.
Sure.
Sure.
You were able to definitely like watch as Ori works. You
I
don't
wouldn't have enough space in the dome to do it, so I would be doing it outside.
also it would stank up your dome.
It would.
Make an Arcana check for me, Leaf. Let's see how much of it you understand.
Do you mind if I look on? I'm intrigued.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah, of course.
Just a 13 on the Arcana check.
You pick up a few things. It looks like she's obviously like she's creating runes of power and tapping into the weave in some ways. There's some alchemy involved. You're
I'll
not-
talk you through it.
The rune goes. But that one, does it interact with the others? Huh. Okay, well, I guess you know best on this. Scott, I don't even know what questions to ask.
Well, it's more of like a feeling. I don't really know all the ins and outs of it, but when I'm putting it together, it just kind of feels right, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess maybe not everybody feels that. But you're more than welcome to watch me, and I can talk you through what I'm doing.
Oh, if you're amenable to it, and if I'm not too much of a distraction.
Sure, of course.
All right, you guys talk through, and you do pick up a few things about enchanting. I wouldn't say that Leaf could go off and enchant anything at this point, but you do have a little bit of the kind of the gritty bones of the trade under your belt at this point, learning it with Ori.
I think like while I'm doing that, the little tattoos like on my face and stuff kind of glow a little purpley too.
As you're like imbuing certain
Yeah.
aspects. Absolutely. Using your multi-tool as well.
Sure. Yes, of course.
Can I get first watch?
I think it could be us two as we.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'll
do
work
it.
into the evening. Go ahead and make perception checks for me.
This one.
16.
Okay.
18.
You guys spend a good amount of time working, but are paying a good amount of attention to the surroundings. Not encountering any motion besides breeze in the trees, like the blowing of leaves, the shifting of nature around you. Occasionally, like the snapping of branches or movement of animals, but nothing to set off any alarm bells in your minds. With that, your watch does come and go. Who are you guys waking up for second watch?
Who's it gonna be?
I mean, I'm
Not by ourselves, but
yes. I'm happy to. We can.
All right.
Oh, we didn't think it through again, did we?
Oops.
Oh well.
Are you guys just picking two people, or
I think we'll pick you two because it's the only way that it works out.
Go
great?
ahead and give me perception checks.
23.
Okay. 20. As you guys start your watch, a little bit bleary, a little bit tired, your eyes and ears are sharp this night. And amongst the sounds of animals and the breeze and the trees and a bit mugging, almost early summer humidity, both of you look up randomly and see in the boughs of the trees crossing over large, spindly, carapace-covered legs.
no.
Oh.
Tyler.
Dang.
You make out the
Ugh.
bulbous forms
No.
of
This is my actual worst
A
nightmare as
large-
a human.
thorax,
Oh.
a spider, giant in nature, carrying two younger, smaller spiders behind it, or trailing them, climbing through the boughs of the trees. They pass over you, continuing on their way.
Zek is like fascinated by them and really likes them.
Unlike Molly,
He's like, oh, look at this happy little spider family.
they're definitely fine.
What a nice family. I wish I had a regular family sometimes.
Aside from this, no other beings disturb your watch. It does come and go. You're free to wake up, Visa. Visa, can I get a perception check?
When I wake him up, maybe I'll be like, hey, maybe you wanna chit chat with the giant spiders. They seemed really nice. They were just going on their way. I mean, don't pester them, but like, if they come back through, just
I'll see what I can do.
tell them respectfully they are beautiful.
As you like.
Okay, good night.
That's a 14.
14. As you are keeping watch, you hear a large snap off to the west of branches, followed by the sound of something struggling, and then the frightened cries of, you're a druid, you would know, of a deer. You hear a large amount of rustling and skittering in the boughs to the east, and crossing over the large form of a giant spider trailing 4 small spiders.
Ooh. So,
They continue on their way towards the sound of the deer in distress.
So, help me. The deer was making a sound of distress from up in the boughs of the trees?
No. Sounded like lower to the ground.
Lower to the ground.
Mhm.
Okay. Visa is gonna hang back.
Okay.
And he's gonna wait, probably attend the immediate surroundings. And if anything begins to like re-encroach, especially at ground level, he's prepped to wake up people.
Okay. You see the spiders skitter overhead through the boughs, off into the distance of the disturbance, and hear more panicked squealing from the deer before it suddenly cuts off.
As nature intended.
Other than this, and the occasional soft slurping sound, your watch comes and goes.
Do you think it was Beelzebub?
No, I don't.
What?
I don't think it was.
Episode 1,
That's good.
or something like that.
Episode early.
Like, yeah, it was early on.
I don't remember
What?
any of
The elk
that.
that we rescued from the pit.
With the like, we like
Made a harness.
That's right. I do still have the harness.
I wanted to eat him, and then I loved him, and then he went off into the Feywild, so it's probably not him. Thankfully.
Morning comes, and with it, can I have a d6 roll from someone? Or sorry, d20.
Go on, do it.
Oh.
I never get to do it. I'm never fast enough.
Hurry up, buddy.
I'm trying.
Use your real dice.
They're over there. 6.
Oh, no.
And with it, the gusts of wind followed by the pitter-patter of soft rain. But regardless of the fact, Adon's still doing his stretches in the morning.
Didn't I chit-chat with him about doing some, like, swords?
You did.
Sword forms
You did.
things?
As you wake up, he'll nod to you and say,
Good morning. Are you here to stretch again?
Yes, if it is not a problem.
Sure.
These are newer ways to me. These stretches, they are just different.
They are taught in the military of Nelda.
We have a similar routine, it's just, different shapes.
Yes. Many warriors have various forms and poses. Not practical on the battlefield, but good for teaching of muscles.
And for like a centering.
Yes. Yes. Perhaps a day of stretching, and then perhaps tomorrow morning we shall incorporate sword work.
I would be very grateful. Thanks.
Yes.
he'll join you in, various sun salutations and downward dogs and all sorts of other poses that look to be like strong and almost foundational, like building a base for yourself, an immovable base, but then being able to be limber and to reach and to be dexterous in combat. These look to be almost, they are very much centered on sword forms, but a form you are not familiar with necessarily.
Maybe at the end, Zeg will kind of like go through like a shortened version of his just to like feel it again in his body because he hasn't been doing it. But it'll be like more like rigid. Like it's definitely stretching things, but it's not as like, there's not a lot of like bending in half or like it's
Sure.
like a lot more like the body in kind of one space and stretching like one thing at a time.
Yeah, more like almost like football stretches. kind of.
Maybe. I don't know what that is,
Okay.
but like just like feels like a very different style that would probably accomplish the same thing, but
Yeah.
like looks very different and feels more like isolated things rather than like the whole body stretching.
Yeah.
Like
The High Marshal will just like watch inquisitively, and then after you're done stretching, nod and
Shall we get ready to depart?
since it's wet and we probably aren't going to make a fire for breakfast, I would offer to share meat bricks with anyone who is interested.
Oh, I will eat those, of course.
Here you are, Zai.
Oh, thank you, brother.
A morning ration for you.
Oh, I'll grab one.
Here, Ori. This one is a nice size for you. It's not so giant.
Are you okay, or you sound like you're tired or something is wrong?
I'm so tired.
Oh.
How is your cloak coming? I think you were up late working on it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It smells like something.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is going into it. It probably looks a little goopy right now or something.
Well, what the kind of goops you put on it?
Well, you remember all of the stuff that I got from the displacer beast? Like the organs and all the gland fluid, and then that hag eye, and
You put that on
then
the
some dust of sapphires and some gold stuff, and yeah,
So
it's like threaded in, and
Will it be so fragrant forever, or will it sort of?
it'll be okay. It's just the process takes a little while. But I'm so tired because it takes a lot of something. But we're good. It'll be great.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be great. I believe you.
Yeah.
It is impressive. We do not have many mages in Alda, but we do have,
Well, I'm not a mage.
well, but you create magic items, and
Of course
we
I do.
have fairly many of those, as we need to rely on them to fight.
Well, maybe you can help me with ideas to make even cooler ones, if you know all the knowledge about stuff like that.
I don't know the creation of them, but I know of.
Yeah, like you can describe them to me and stuff, and then I can like just kind of figure it out, with my feelings and stuff.
Very well.
Yeah.
My mentor, he had, this is off the cuff.
You had a mentor?
Of course. Back in the day.
I thought you just like. Oh, wait, who is this?
This is Adon Richter, the.
I thought it was Snip.
Oh, sorry. That's so funny. No.
Let me just chat with Leaf's stomach over breakfast.
I thought that was what was going on.
That's so funny.
I'm like,
Or so
Snip had a
chill.
mentor? I thought you were just like.
No, this is just a tall old guy.
Okay.
A tall buff old
All
guy.
right. Then she'll like switch a little bit of what. She wouldn't be as snippy.
My mentor, when I was young, he had a large dueling sword that would burst a flame. He said the command words, and I've always wanted one of those.
Oh, that's really cool.
That would be really fun.
Oh, you would like that. For
I
sure.
would like. You could like burn someone's head and chop it off at the same time.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think Ori also kind of shows him her little musket that or if it's a musket or the gun that you gave me.
It's a big musket.
That so I had made like a magical infusion for this, so that you know how you have to like put gunpowder in the gun and then you shoot it, and then you have to like keep on doing that.
No.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it.
What is this?
The infusion lets me just shoot it, like bang, 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 bang.
It is a
I don't have to reload it or anything.
crossbow.
No,
It is for what? It is a lance.
it's a gun.
What is that?
It goes bang.
Show me.
Okay. And with her infusion, I think like she probably has put like a few little crystals on there and used her like really low level, like not the big infusions, but like the small ones to make them like light up a little bit. So it's kind of like a crystal-y, like lilac and light blue kind of thing. This is very loud, though. Do we need to be quiet right now?
No, I'm pretty sure the spiders are full.
Okay.
Spiders?
Oh,
There
yeah.
were some like those like really big giant spiders, and they had some cute little babies, and
They were just climbing in the treetops. They leave us alone.
It is fine.
Why you are saying you think they're full? Did you see them?
They passed through.
Oh, again?
Yes, they made a kill.
What did they kill?
A deer, I think.
They eat deer?
Oh, wow.
Well, it was
Why did they kill them?
It
They're
was- It
spiders.
was proportionate.
They're really big spiders.
they're like the giant
But they
ones.
eat deer?
I mean, like the family ate the deer, not like one
Probably.
spider.
Spiders eat deer?
The big ones.
Or they are giant spiders.
Well, yeah. What do normal spiders eat?
Little
Like
things.
I
bugs,
thought they like.
tiny little creatures. You don't know what the spiders eat?
No. I thought they just like sucked blood or something.
Well, it all depends on what they can catch in their web. If the web's big enough
Oh.
and it catches a deer, just so happens. That's not to say they finished it last night, but
I guess I don't really know much about
Things
Things
that
like-
are already alive.
like that. Yeah.
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 They make new things,
Oh, that's
which is really cool.
but this
that's terrifying.
gun.
Oh yeah. Well, show me a place to target. It's a ranged thing, so kind of like a crossbow.
The tree will work, probably.
Okay. What part of the tree?
The trunk.
A certain part of the trunk, like bottom, middle, top, by the branches?
Middle.
Boom! Or bang!
There's a big crack as the gunpowder ignites and the ball leaves the chamber.
There is
Right.
no gunpowder, it's just magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. There's regardless. A
that's
crack,
what makes this one really cool.
and the ball hurtles out, exploding the middle part of this trunk. He looks like belatedly after the speed of the bullet, not expecting it to be that fast, and furrows his brow.
It's crazy.
I've heard of such weapons existing.
Yeah, we got them off of some guys. I can't remember where we got these from.
This is troubling.
Hog blues, right?
Why is it troubling?
This in the wrong hands could cause untold devastation.
Well, these are some pretty right hands.
But if you are slain by Torvenbergen, shooting griffins out of the sky,
See, that's where you're wrong. We're gonna slay the Torvin.
what? Surely. We mean to be cautious, is what she's saying. Regardless, it is neither here nor there. There are plenty of dangerous things in the world. Magic. One of the prime things that is dangerous.
I'll try to keep this.
Maybe like you could put some cool little thing on it and it only recognizes your touch or something, or some kind of like locking mechanism that if someone did kill you, then they can't also use the gun.
Oh, I could totally figure that out.
That would probably not be a bad idea.
Nice. See, I have another one. Like, I found two of them, but only one of them I'm able to magically imbue. And so the other one, you have to use gunpowder and load it and pack it, and then boom.
Yes.
I'll only use a constructive sword. It is impressive machinery.
It is. It's really cool. But I will be very careful with it.
It is not my say of what you do with it, but I do have to look out for my people. It's good you showed me this.
What are your people again?
Well, the Gilded Lances. We
Oh,
belong to the
cool.
Kingdom of Alder. It is fair to point out that we are uncertain if there are more in the region. We did only come across the two. concerned that some of the Shang Brotherhood might have them on the doorstep of my region. But that is not a worry for you. We should probably start the day's travel.
Sure.
So I would have been like cleaning up and picking up and packing up while they were doing all these demonstrations.
Sure. He just kind of reaches and scratches behind the ear hole of Speygrun and starts to walk along with the rest of you and the donkeys and the wagon on another day of travel. Can I
Can
have
you
a D20?
see its ear hole?
I mean, it's covered by feathers, but kind of.
I guess if it's like large enough.
That's
Big old bird head.
It's like, that's a big bird.
How big is a bird's ear hole?
Oh, very tiny.
Not very big.
How big is it? Griffin?
Like relative ear.
Right, it's like, oh, I guess it
About the
looks
size of
like...
a penny or maybe a dime.
Let me
Oh,
get down.
guys, they're way bigger than I thought they would be.
penny or a dime?
Yeah. Little.
I mean, if it's a bird the size of a griffin, that thing's probably like the size of a fist.
Yeah, that's what I would have.
It's got pretty small ear holes.
It's a magical griffin.
I mean,
Not
Well, no,
proportionate ears.
I'm just
evolutionarily, it is a weakness, so it's as small as possible while still having good senses.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, according to my drawing, it fits on his shoulder.
Oh, is that what?
Wait, what?
That's what the drawing.
You're-
That's Speygrun.
Oh!
You guys can't tell?
No.
Tyler hasn't seen this.
I don't understand what that was.
Tyler, I'll put it in.
Sorry.
It's okay. Can I have a D20 roll for the day?
Okay,
We got our weather roll, but we didn't get our D20 roll for the day.
it is 4.
4. You spend a good portion of this day traveling in very easygoing, large portions of this trail through the woods. And around the evening, do come out of the forest onto the plains between this and the faded timberlands. The grass about ankle to calf height, waving, fairly green, glutted from the spring season. You do spy on the northeastern horizon a bit of smoke rising into the air.
Towards Speygrun?
Yeah, give or take.
Like black smoke?
No,
Okay.
not black.
Like,
Like
looks like a giant
Sooty
wood
gray.
fire.
sooty
Okay.
gray, yeah. But you do not encounter anyone upon the road. As you make your way through, you come to a small crossroads just outside the town of Winwood, where you stopped at the Tattered Banner previously with Phelosh. You guys staying in the town, or are you gonna turn up the crossroads and start to head towards Speygrun? Camp on the road.
Did we ever check in to see if Phelosh had turned in the reward for that brigand?
Nope, he was in Essalone, though.
We could
I mean, we could
look
just
that
check in with wherever the bounty's posted.
Yeah,
That
but
was in Winwood, wasn't it?
it was in Winwood. Yeah, you can
Just
make
see
your
if
way
he
to the
collected
Guild.
or if he left a remainder.
Yeah, they inform you that he did indeed collect on that.
Okay. He earned it.
Are you guys staying in town, or are you gonna head out?
It's pretty
What time?
midday-ish.
Yeah.
End of the day, end of the
Oh.
travel day. So probably like 6 to 7.
Oh,
So what we could do is build a camp next to town.
Yeah.
You could spend like another
Is it
hour
still
of
raining?
travel, basically, or you can finish your day there.
may as
It's
well have
sorry.
a
Yeah, like pattering, not really rainy.
may as well grab a safe settlement night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys make your way to the Tattered Banner, one of the only inns in town. Order a nice hot meal. This night it's venison, a leek, and potato stew with strong mugs of ale available,
A couple of stew.
barley, kind of cooked risotto style on the side.
Yes, please.
Very,
I
very
want to go to there.
nice, cozy evening. The High Marshal does enjoy a dinner with you guys, but then sends, since himself, or goes by this tobacco shop and then kind of isolates himself. Gets himself a large room. He pulls out his gold purse for the first time, and it is heavy. Indicator of probably, if he's generous, a good reward upon delivery. Is there anything we're doing in Winwoad for the night?
3 of each.
3 of each?
Of all the meals and sides and drinks.
For Leaf?
Yes.
Wow. Do you spoon feed any of that into an ear hole?
What? No.
I'm just kidding.
This has been canon from the beginning that he eats a lot. He's eating for 2.
It's true. You guys are able to enjoy that hearty meal. Are you taking watch? Are you trusting this city?
Are we outside?
No, you're in an inn.
I feel like it would maybe be prudent to stand guard outside his room, maybe, since we are on this job.
Honestly, I think it's a good idea. I'm with you.
Place nearby.
Very well. Who's got first watch outside of his door?
If there was downtime at all, I would be working on the book again.
Got one more day left on it. Okay. And then anyone can attune to it.
We could, since we're indoors, we could divvy it up and do 5 small watches, right?
Sure. If you want. It's however you want to do the watch structure.
Sure.
Okay. Give me.
It gives us more sleep time, right?
It does. Give me. Let's start left to right. Let's get some watches in sequence. So my left would be Hayden first.
Okay, yeah.
Go, bro.
For clarifying. 20.
20. You keep a strong eye out and don't notice anything out of the ordinary before going to wake Visa.
But I'm gonna head on to sleep now. Nothing afoot so far.
Great. I'll get a little late nights too.
Go ahead and roll perception.
23.
That stew's really good, but not enough to distract you from your post. You keep a sharp eye out. See some shady individuals stumble up the stairs. One of them passes out on the ground. The other stumbles into a room. It's about the duration of your watch right there.
For fun, Visa will druidcraft a sprig of mint and just stuff it in one of the man's pockets inconspicuously.
The man reeks of sick.
Ew.
Oh.
He has definitely thrown up at some point.
I think that was probably to cover the smell is the first reason why Visa conjures it, but then the idea is too entertaining to have this man discover the mint at some point tomorrow, so
Very much
deposits
so.
it.
Visa, with that accomplished, you wake Ori for her leg of the watch. Can I get a perception check? Ori.
9.
Smells of mint and throw up. It's a bit distracting.
What smells of mint and throw up?
The hallway, yeah. There is a passed out man on the floor.
And maybe a little bit of the pelt.
A little bit of
That's just Ori.
it is a noxious corridor. But thankfully, undisturbed. Zach.
14.
14. You hear a light snoring from inside the room, but that's about it. Your watch comes and goes, and it's time to wake up your sister. You get a perception check from Zai.
Yes. Oh, it's 8.
8. Smells bad. But the guy finally wakes up in the middle of, your watch. Looks around. Snorts. Spits on the ground. Kind of sticks his tongue in his teeth. Finds something. Frowns. and then like reaches into his pocket, pulls out a mint sprig, smells it, shrugs, and then just like starts chomping on it. Kind of sits his way up, stumbles into a room.
All right.
That's about the end of your watch. Morning comes, and with it, a sunny day. Bright and beautiful. Gonna have a d20 roll as you guys start to get on the road.
All right. 20.
20.
Wow.
You make your way back down to the crossroads and turn east towards the town of Speygrun. New territory for most all of you at this point, as I don't think any of you have been this far east. The road becomes a bit more windy, a little bit more trodden and dirty. The grass becomes a little bit more yellow, a little less vibrant. And the terrain, this valley becomes a bit more hilly. As you're walking that morning, Zek, the High Marshal, will just nod and say,
Apologies, we had a busy morning in the inn, but we will train this evening. But for now, let us enjoy this scenery. I have not been to this part of the world. It is beautiful.
Yes, we have not been this far east. We went north, but we have not been over this direction. It is a different country.
It is strange to walk between two enormous wooded areas and have this thin swathe of hilly grassland between.
What are the parts that you have seen like?
Of Eltexia or of my home?
Both of them.
My home is frigid for the most part.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Large pine trees, and it is much like northern Eltexia. But on the coast it is quite temperate with the breeze coming off the ocean. The capital city of Herson is on the coast, protected by several barrier islands. But when you go further north, it becomes a bit more temperate, giving way to farmland and large hilly regions, some mountains. But the kingdom ends about there. We are on this large peninsula. And then there is a pass up into the main continent that is a bit more wild, dangerous. But chilly.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool. I like the chili.
Yes, I like where I'm from. There are good people there in the kingdom, and good people as neighbors, the Tidewalker clan. Genasi's, who live on the barrier islands.
Well, why are you not there then?
I fight for them here. The Gilded Lancers are, I think I said mostly ex-soldiers, ex-knights. Too old to be reliable in regular military service, but Griffin Knights are still good as shock infantry, even at my age. So we are mercenaries, and we send a large bulk of our earnings back to the kingdom.
So you fight here so that you can send money back home, but you're not like fighting wars for your country.
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
It is as honorable of a duty as I can have at this point. I would rather die with a lance couched against my breast than in some sickbed.
That is honorable. I respect that. I feel the same way.
Indeed.
I'm interested to see Speygrun.
Well, then let's be on our way.
Yes.
Continues to trudge on, Tiangram, kind of like squawking intermittently. belligerently. Occasionally, he'll kind of half flap, half hover off into the distance and try and fly a little bit. You see him swoop down. He only gets about 5-10 feet off the ground, but he comes back occasionally with large rabbits or other prey hiding in the tall grasses. As you guys continue onward towards the evening, the smoke starts to grow thicker on the horizon.
Wait, how big is he?
Tiangro?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big griffin. He's bigger than you would assume most griffins because this is a big man. So he's about a horse and a half in terms of height and
That's
width.
like kind of what I was picturing.
Yeah.
But then I
He's
was
a
like,
big
hey,
boy.
what if I...
Yeah.
That kind of squat and long a little bit.
Very long. Not too squat. He's pretty tall too.
Oh, okay.
Probably about.
Like up to your shoulder or not quite?
He's probably about 8 feet tall himself.
Okay.
Like his head?
So
or
like an
his back?
actual horse and a half.
Yeah, actual horse and a half.
Okay.
He's a big boy. Again, he has to bear the full weight of a 9 foot tall human in full plate armor with a lance.
Wait, he's 9 feet tall?
He's 8 feet tall, not 9. Sorry, 8.
Still a giant of
He's still a giant of a man. He's like Andre the Giant, but buff and old.
Okay.
9 feet would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be
Too
insane.
much.
But
Can't
he
imagine.
is very tall. And this griffin has to bear the weight of this man.
Sorry, you can't imagine. I'm like, yeah, we're only playing make believe.
Yeah, it's only fantasy, guys. 9 feet, man, can't exist.
I feel like if you have an 8 foot tall man, a 9 foot tall man is
It's not a big stretch. Not a big stretch. But he is
Too far. Too far.
I wrote it. It's in the world ample, okay? He's 8 foot tall. Regardless, he starts to... It seems like he's getting a little bit of his strength back. His wing is mending at least a bit. But the smoke on the horizon is growing a bit thicker towards evening. As you guys are nearing the end of your trip, you do see a large cook fire by the side of the road with several laughing individuals seemingly carousing, having some dinner. Go ahead and make a perception check, whoever's kind of leading this party
I will do it.
travel.
I will do it.
Is this the
9
source of the smoke?
times.
Yes.
Perception?
Mhm.
21.
Okay. Looks like there's a couple of wagons piled with various things. It looks like bales of hay and bolts of cloth, some leather, some armor, some weapons, various bits and bobs.
Like just a couple?
Yeah, just
Okay.
two wagons or so.
Okay.
You spy a couple of horses as well.
Okay.
As you are approaching, one of them kind of slaps the other, and they all kind of quickly stand up and start to head your way.
Oh, I would kind of approach them. Do they look like friendly?
They're all, as you each, as they come into kind of closer view, each of you realize that they're a little bit rough around the edges. Leather armors, sometimes studded, mostly unshaven or poorly shaven, bad haircuts. These don't look to be very decorous people.
Or do they have any notable markings or foreign attire that would say maybe they are not from around Winwood?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Ooh. Boop. It's gonna be pretty average.
I'll say history, actually. This is more, history, culture.
That is a 12.
12? They don't seem to have any identifiers of being local or foreign. They look like run-of-the-mill folks wearing armor. They have the
I guess-
complexion of Eltexia humans.
Since we're headed east, and we know where we're headed, Visa's trying to tell if they look like Torvenbergen.
They do
Right.
not look to be Torvin.
Okay.
As you guys walk up, one of the ones in front, a kind of burlier, maybe 5'2" individual, will just kind of spit
Oi. Stop it right there.
Okay, what do you want?
This road is owned. You gotta pay if you want to keep moving.
I would look back to the group.
What a little clarity. Who owns it and what's there to pay?
Why, I, Brego, King of Rogues.
King of what?
Rogues.
Rogues or roads?
Rogue.
Rogues.
Oh,
Rogues.
King of Roads is also
of
very
Roads.
powerful.
That'd be hilarious. No, it's now King of Roads. That's funnier.
At first thought you said Rokes.
It's Roads
So-
I
now.
was like,
It's
oh,
King
this
of
must.
Roads.
I heard roads too. I was like,
King of Roads.
Roads. And I was
That's
like,
good. We like
No, I
that.
heard Rokes like some kind of like clan or something.
Rogue Clan.
Yeah, that's.
No, it's Roads now.
All right.
King of Roads.
King of Roads.
And who gave you this honor?
No, and what's there to pay?
Looks you over. Looks at the High Marshal and the Griffin.
20 gold.
That's amenable.
Yeah, and boys, that's amenable.
They all just kind of, yeah.
If that's the right proper due for the king of the road, and we can be on our way.
Fisa, you can't be kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Or
No, I'm
You
not-
hear it.
you gotta be kidding. Sorry.
I fear that the visa is right. It is best to honor this King of Roads.
And our charge needs to get where he's going.
Excuse me, Your Royal Highness.
You're excused.
Wait, do we really think that this idiot is the king of something?
No.
Oi! I'm the King of Roads.
Oi, I'm the king of roads.
As you guys are kind of
What is
debating this,
Regal?
the High Marshal will pull out his purse and count out what looks to be 30 gold.
Oh.
And just walk up, pour it into the guy's hand, who's just like,
This is 30 gold. I'm sure that is sufficient for crossing. Well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Go on, dude.
what? He kind of like whistles, and the gang of bandits clears the road for you to continue on your way. You hear about 10 minutes down the road some hooping and some hollering at their fortune.
Really? Did we just do this?
As we walk away, yeah. Zach will be
wanted
like
to-
easing his sword in its scabbard, like, why did we not just fight them all?
Right.
We totally could have taken them, and then I would have gotten to see this dope guy in action.
Tyler, as we're going past and he's hooping and hollering about the gold he just earned, I would like to try to take note of if there's a bigger bag available nearby, perhaps where they've been storing their other finds.
Make a perception check.
Yes.
Mage hand, that's good.
I'm the wrong person to make a perception check. Come on. Oh, just an 8.
oh no.
There is nothing else in their camp.
You do not see anything within the morass of stolen items within their wagons.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go ahead and, while they're all excited, mage hand something at random, a
Okay.
bag, to just see what I get. Maybe I'll luck out.
You get a large sack of what seems to be corn.
I like corn. Corn is not bad.
It's corn.
Oh, we can make meat and corn bricks.
Oh, that's
No,
something.
this is just the corn. You didn't have time. Well,
What?
I was trying to get the gold, perhaps. But
That's his fake accent for being around the High Marshal.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
This is, what is his name? Antoine.
Antoine.
Antoine. Yeah.
Antoine,
Cover.
what's his
Oh,
last
I'm
name?
sorry. Yeah, Antoine was unveiled recently.
He's wearing like a giant blue hat, right?
Big
Yeah, he's wearing
matador
a
hat.
giant blue hat, and he's got a big long nose and a very pale skin. Actually, no, he looks very reasonable. He's very handsome, both a very big nose, like Cyrano de Bergerac. We've got him. So we're up to
right.
date.
That's
we're in
right.
Good shape. It's just corn. I guess we can eat it.
You
Sorry,
got
everybody.
this fodder for the donkeys.
Yeah, we can use it.
But it's not 20 gold's worth of corn.
But like also they're just kind of like trying to survive or something, right?
No,
You think they're
that
like
would be
beating
like-
up people and like hurting them?
It's truly the lowest form of a racket. And yes, they would likely hurt people if they tried to pass unimpeded.
But do you do lots of rackets?
Oh yes, but mine are more artful.
And that makes them morally superior?
No, that makes me morally superior.
That does not make any sense. But whatever you
I wouldn't say morally superior, but superior nonetheless.
Thank you for all going along.
Okay.
And High Marshal, do let us know if we need to reimburse you for that.
I feel I will be paid back in kind.
I would kind of like look at Antoine and look at the High Marshal and look at Antoine and be like, do you see that this guy is clearly superior to you? So, like try to say that with my eyes.
I guess this would translate to you kind of like nodding your head towards him.
Like I would probably like look at you and then like kind of look at him and yeah, maybe like nod a little bit and like eyeball.
I'm just gonna get in your head brain now. You know this can be easy, alright?
I don't really like to do that because what if we get in a fight and then something happens and I need the spell, so.
Well, I'll do it then, and your rolling your eyes back and forth was a pretty good indicator. What is it now?
I mean, you see that clearly this, like, beautiful warrior man is superior to you, and the fact that he just gave these poor people some money so we could pay us and be safe, and, like, why you steal from them and then you're the same as them.
They aren't exactly what I would qualify as poor, pitiable people. They're more just bandits who've kind of gotten lazy.
But, like, why do you think they were bandits in the first place?
Because they don't want to. I don't know. Most bandits get into the line of work because they aren't too good at being mercenaries, in my experience.
So, like, they're not as fortunate as this beautiful man is.
Look, I understand that there are misfortunate people out there in the world that ought to be pitied. Those ain't them, though.
I don't think I agree, but you think whatever you want, and we can agree to disagree.
Well, that's a productive way of looking at things, but in the future, don't feel too bad about, rubbing those folks the wrong way, I guess.
I don't think you are allowed to tell me how I can feel.
I didn't tell you how to feel. I gave you a suggestion of how to navigate the world. You feel however you want.
You just said that in the future I should not feel bad for those people.
Oh, I more mean in the sense that you don't need to. They aren't pitiable folk if that's what you're worried about, in my experience.
Whatever you say.
Tyler, what was
They're gonna just have a little attitude about it now, huh?
She wouldn't respond.
The King of Rhodes' name is Bregel.
Bregel, thank you.
Bregel.
Bregel.
Bregel. Brother of Breg.
It's my new favorite.
As you guys are bedding down for the evening, Zek, at one point, out of the corner of your eyes, you see a sword flying through the air that you were able to catch.
That's right.
And you see Adon Richter, he kind of squares up into a thick, powerful stance with the sword kind of kiltered out the elbow at 90 degrees and starts to move through slow, almost fluid forms of swings, slowly at first, but picking up speed. It looks like where, your GIF training was more about quick, brutal cuts. This is more about wide, sweeping, flowing motions of the great sword. There is a good amount also of like lunging involved and straightening. And you kind of, as you are going through these forms with him, you feel the muscles that you've been stretching, lengthening in accordance with these sword movements and strikes as well. At the end of it, he just inclines his head and says,
Thank you for stretching. Perhaps we will have a sparring session soon.
Zach will like do his little prayer bow and be like, "Thank you for sharing your ways with me. That was very enlightening. The way that the stretches match the forms, and it's a good system."
Wake early in the morning. We have work to do.
Yes, sir.
as you guys bed down for the evening, or you are able to finish your cloak of displacement.
Wahoo!
It is this, as you kind of finish the last bindings and in runes, the smell evaporates. And there's almost like, it's almost like the gathering evening is sucked into this cloak.
Yeah.
This is
If you think of like Vanta Black, like this thing that is shapeless because of how deep and dark it is.
That's what the cloak looks like?
Yeah!
That's hardcore.
As it
I make good stuff!
as it solidifies, the second tentacle does not grow back, but does glow a soft pale
Did we
blue
have
stump.
the end of that tentacle?
You did. You could reattach it.
I
if you
would
want.
have tried to like piece it back
Sure,
together.
it's not going to be part of the functional thing, but it will, look.
Still look
Yeah.
all together.
Yes. But both of the kind of the ovular tentacle pieces start to like fuzz almost a blue white light indeterminately, like, or in different intervals. But anyone who attunes to it, there's almost an after image that appears that makes them harder to hit.
I actually did this. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then she wraps it up and goes in the dome and falls asleep.
It's an energetic gnome.
Yes, she is quite enjoyable. She brings a lot of flavor to our party.
And guns.
Yes, she has those too, and some other cool things.
Spice is a flavor.
Starts to set up the tent for the evening. Is there anyone doing anything else over the course of this evening?
Visa's just kind of gonna hang out with the donkeys. Doesn't bed down.
Love that. Do we have watches going for the evening?
I think all night's just gonna be a passive perception from Visa.
Okay. You're gonna stay up all night?
Yeah, he's gonna take that point of
You
exhaustion.
take a point of exhaustion, but go ahead and what's your passive?
I think it's 17.
Why are you staying up all night?
Are we having
Just for
any
funsies?
actual additional watches, or are we just trusting Visa to stay up?
I'll take first watch.
Yeah,
with him.
17.
Okay, copy that. Go ahead and roll perception. 6. Visa, the wind starts to pick up in a bit of a westerly gust coming in from Speygrun way. But other than that, nothing really piques your interest. Asai, you're still thinking about your sword forms.
Sick.
It's like, we're different people.
Zeep and Zop.
He's a boy, I'm a girl.
Zek, you're still very excited about your sword forms and not very perceptive of your surroundings, unfortunately.
Peace.
Do we have a second watch?
I would do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I'm not rolling that thing.
Or that one.
That's a 4.
It's a bit windy. as Visa is doing something with the donkey. I don't know what Visa's doing.
It's just like foraging herbs and feeding them.
Okay. Just kind of tending the donkeys.
Are
You
you
guys.
not falling asleep tonight, Lisa?
A little restless.
Why is that?
King of the Road left an impression on me.
Oh, like what sort of impression?
Just dredging up old memories.
Oh. You don't really know that much about your life before you joined us.
I was a sailor. Sort of had a few run-ins with brigands, as it were.
Oh.
Brigands of the sea. It's got me thinking. It's all I'm in my head.
Are you like angry about some things or
No, not for a long time.
but did they change that tonight?
As we go further towards the Tormenbergen and so we're already starting to encounter ne'er-do-wells, it reminds me that there are very present people out there whose goals tend to interfere with the regular daily peace of the average person or the passerby. It's a bit reflexive, really, I think, to pay and pass through.
You used to have to do a lot of that.
Well, I've encountered what happens when you do and when you don't.
Oh. What happens if you don't?
Well, it depends on the person who's demanding you pay. In the case of our friend Bregel, we might have walked away with a black eye. Maybe one of us might have lost our coin purse. Fisticuffs probably would have followed. I doubt they would have done much after one of them was bit by a griffin. I didn't say they were well armed, but they did have sharp implements. Not as lucky if you run into the Torvenbergen, especially not at sea.
Have you run into Torvenbergen?
I have. Most times it goes over without incident, but not everyone always makes it through those.
Why do you keep all of this so close to the chest?
Because I'm used to carrying. I carry loads. Whether it's on a boat or with my charges, or the way I see them. Seeing people from one destination to another. Sort of the mentality I've adopted.
That seems very lonely.
Just kind of keeps petting the mules, finding probably some kinship with beasts of burden.
They tend to enjoy your company eventually, or occasionally kind of nibbling at your beard or kind of, doing the whole horse lip thing when you feed them bits of corn from the bag stolen or various other sugar cubes or things that you find for them to eat.
I would probably like join him as he's doing that and like also try to like pet and care for these animals, but not say anything else.
There's an unspoken kind of feeling between the two of you as you spend the time with these mules, these large-eyed, gentle beasts of burden who just want sugar cubes. Thankfully, even though you aren't really looking out,
I am not, I am only looking at them.
piques your interest on this watch, and you're able to take your rest eventually. Who's got third watch?
I will.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
16.
Okay. Both you and Visa, as early dawn starts to come on, see the High Marshal Wake and Stretch wearing kind of a thicker padded gambeson of a deep velvet blue, and Wake Zek. Nods to you.
Bring your sword.
He'll grab his scabbard, attach it to his back, and then pull it out.
Is Zach a morning person? Does he wake like ready to go or like
So,
Probably alert to fight things.
yeah.
He'll start trudging back down the road the way you came.
He'll follow.
Wordlessly, for about 15 minutes, he walks, eventually coming to the small camp of Bregel, the King of Roads. He draws his sword and, hilt towards the ground, starts to walk, drawing a line in the dirt, alerting the bandits watching out. He draws about a 4 or 5 foot line in the dirt before picking the tip up and wiping it on his gambeson. Now the bandits fully arrayed and awake, weapons
What's a
brandished.
gambeson?
It's like a thick wool armor padding.
Okay.
It's like usually you wear it under like chainmail or plate mail.
Okay.
It can stop a sword
Mhm.
because it's so like thick.
Okay.
He then pulls out a second gold purse and tosses it on one side of the line.
I know that some of you are probably looking for a second chance. Probably not happy with your station. I offer you 50 gold to split amongst yourselves, to start a new life, to return to society. If you do not wish to pursue that path,
Gestures at the other side of the line where his sword rests.
the choice is yours.
He's
see-
speaking to the guys.
You see about 4 or 5 of them start to slowly walk over towards the gold, including Bregel, King of Roads, before quickly running, scooping up the gold, and just kind of laughing. They kind of walked over to one of the horses and start divvying it up quite religiously, while the other 4 look over. One of the skinnier ones with a long, wicked, curved knife says,
Guess I'm King of Roads now. All right, boys, there's only 2 of them. Let's go!
as you prepare, go ahead and roll just an attack roll for me.
Do I
If
hear
you're
this?
gonna fight.
no,
We're like way down the road. We like left
like
where we
half the
camped
day
out.
over here or something.
Early
They're
morning.
15 minutes down the road.
Oh.
You'll hear the clang of steel
All right.
Oh.
if you are participating. He doesn't ask you to participate, but he obviously brought you here to
I'm here.
either
So
participate
like an
or like
attack roll
listen.
with my greatsword.
Yeah.
16.
Okay, you guys quickly, expeditiously make short work of these 4 bandits. You see him, the first one comes in to kind of like slash at his belly, and he, instead of chopping with the Zweihander, circles it around and with one quick stroke diagonally across the chest bisects this guy in half.
Ugh.
As he falls in half, he turns and pivots and stabs into the next guy, exploding out his back.
This is
As this is
the guy?
happening, you are going in
Uh-huh.
and make short work of your enemies as well, chopping heads, limbs,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
quickly dispatching this new King of Roads. As the dust settles, you see the other 5 looking over. Look back at the gold.
Yeah, we made the right decision.
They just start packing up their stuff.
I did not want to do this with the full group, as they did not seem comfortable with this sort of moral quandary. But you are looking to learn the arts of chivalry, of honor, and it is always honorable to give a choice at a fresh start.
Sheaths his sword. Starts walking back. Those of you on watch see about 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, covered in blood, walking back is Zek and the High Marshal. He starts to wash himself off with a big canteen of water and oil his blade. He goes and feeds his griffin. Looks completely unperturbed.
What is Zach looking like?
He just looks kind of like smug and satisfied. And he's like also cleaning himself off, cleans his blade, like kind of does his things. And then he'll probably he'll like do his like git stretches and then but change them, like almost
Modify.
start creating like a hybrid that's like more fluid, like still has like starts kind of in the like gith form and like adds more fluid movements and like more flexibility and is kind of, creates like a new thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he just looks like, in his own head, but like just really pleased with himself.
As you guys are, as you're cleaning off your blades and your weaponry, getting rid of the blood, the rest of you are in the point of, waking up. Ori and Visa watched the return, but you guys are able to catch glimpses of them cleaning up after a battle. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, someone.
4.
Another day of travel. You guys are getting pretty close to the town of Speygrun. You think probably...
Before we leave, can I show and tell my cloak
absolutely.
that I made?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Oh, yes?
I did a thing. I made something.
Oh, did you finish it?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, it smells so good now. Oh, and it's very
Daddy,
beautiful.
it's very interesting. It is so black. I have not seen this before.
Is it like eating white?
It's so black you can see your face in it.
Yes.
What?
I like leather. I don't know, like a really finely polished leather. You can see a reflection in it, maybe.
Well, I think it looks like a void.
Made up.
It's mostly absorbent of light.
Like the maddest of matte
Like
blacks.
Fanta black.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Like that fabric that sucks sunlight that's like super duper black.
It's
It's a
the
pigment.
branded name of
Yeah.
what's developed to be the most black.
It's black.
They put it on like some aerospace stuff.
Non-reflective.
So the cool thing about this is that the person who's wearing it, it's harder to attack them because it kind of like blinks in and out, and
You will look
displaced
so
a little bit.
cool in this.
Would you
Well,
like
I
to
was-
demo it?
What?
You can show us how it looks if you'd
Oh
like.
yes.
What? I
You
didn't
can show us
understand.
how it works.
Well,
Like
Sure.
you wear it.
Oh, sure. Well,
You don't
I already spent time with it, so yeah, okay. This is what it looks like.
Do we see the like after image?
Is it an attunement item? I mean,
It is an attunement item, but I slept with it, so
yeah, you could
Don't
be
be a
attuned to it. You see like this hazy after image, almost like she was in two places at once consistently as she moves.
That is so cool. Ori.
Isn't it? Well, I was gonna see if one of you guys wanted it. And maybe one that gets attacked a lot. Or something.
What was that gonna be for?
Yeah, do we have an idea for this?
No,
That would probably be really good for Zach, so he maybe doesn't get hit as
I
much.
cannot keep getting all the cool things.
Well, not all
Zach also has a
things.
clock already. We'd have to take the clock from Zach.
What's your name again?
Do you have a magic lamp?
Antoine.
Antoine.
Antoine. What do you wear?
A hat, mostly.
Well, I wonder if this would be good for you.
I mean, it does match my outfit, but I wouldn't want to take it from anyone else if they would want it.
But
I would happily take it.
you get hit all the time, don't you?
I'm trying to do less of that, but yes.
Well, take a little help doing less of that.
You are all correct, and I gratefully accept this gift if that is what you are offering.
Sure. I mean, we can. If you end up like not needing it very much, and somebody else, we can always go. Like, we can always switch things in and out to make sure, like, the person who needs it the most has it.
That's true, and if we find that someone else could benefit from it, I will gladly hand it over.
Sure.
But for the time being, I will take very good care of it.
Cool. Yeah. And so I give it over to you, and you can spend an hour with it and attune to the Cloak of Displacement.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I also had a question. Is somebody wearing the mithril armor? Because we have mithril armor.
I forgot about that.
Do you have it?
I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Just general party loot.
I
Do
thought
you have an idea?
I thought somebody had it. I was gonna ask if maybe I could wear that because it'll be a little bit less. I'll be a little bit less loud.
That's a
That
good
does seem prudent. Yes.
I don't remember what type of armor it was.
It
I'll have
was.
to look it up.
Where did we get that?
I have it written down.
A while
It
ago.
was off of an elf, but I don't know that anybody claimed it.
It was a hot minute ago.
I
I
took it
have
down in
written
my-
mithril plate mail,
Oh, okay. Mithril plate.
cool. But if somebody else was going to use
I
it,
don't-
then
I can't.
cool. Then Ori will use it.
All right, go ahead and equip yourself with some mithril plate armor. Good to use your items if you have them.
Oh, and also that Cloak of Displacement can also be sold for a lot of money,
Cool.
We can. Yes.
Sure can.
like thousands. So
I won't get it stolen, and if we get back to town,
please don't. It is very nice.
yeah, no, we won't. We can sell it if we want to do that in our general goods store.
And is somebody wearing the Cloak of Protection?
That's the one that Zek's wearing, right?
Oh, is that what
Got
I
it.
got?
Second.
Yes.
I don't think you're wearing it. I just looked at your page to see what you had on.
Oh, you should totally wear it.
Yeah, that's gonna help you a lot.
What does that give me? Like +1 armor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus 1 AC. Do you have it on?
You didn't get to 14 when you level up to 6.
Let me
You
just check.
can look at your
The control check.
inventory and your equipped.
No.
You should add it.
No, you ain't got it in you.
Huh.
Here,
Okay.
I'll add it and equip it for you right now.
Hey, also, did you make a thing for that lash?
Yeah, it's in there.
This is correct.
You have it equipped. Oh, you mean fix it?
Because, yeah, the
No, I
one
didn't.
in
I
D&D
didn't
Beyond
fix
is
it.
just not...
Sorry. I forgot to fix it.
I meant to remind you, and then I didn't.
Perhaps this can be. We can do this in the break.
Yes.
Sure can. Anyway, you make your way along for another day of travel. The hills becoming more pronounced and the grass almost completely like dry green to yellow. It's also getting higher, probably about knee length at this point along the sides of the road. Around midday to early evening, you crest a hill. This time you see black smoke billowing in the distance.
Oh. Can we see the town or anything else?
Not at this juncture, but you can see smoke on the horizon.
Okay.
But you are unassailed this evening, coming to camp for the evening. And as you set down, your packs start to build fires, create your tents, tend the donkeys. The High Marshal will say
All right, it's time to spar.
to Zek.
He'll just like nod, go get his sword,
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
take a stance.
We'll pick it up there next time on the Royal Slayers podcast. Bye, Jeremy.
Bye,
Bye, Jeremy.